Going live. We're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Oh, what's going on, Zinny?
Meow to you. By the way, John, we have a soundboard.
I noticed.
I hope so. Everyone, welcome John, a.k.a. DadBodSnacks, to the show tonight. Very excited to have him here. And we'll be talking about all sorts of amazing snack stuff. So hope you got those burning questions. You know, I hope you've got those deep, just toxic snack fandoms here so that we can really duke it out on the air.
Zinny's already laying in.
Oh, she always asks
Zinny
this.
says, fuck snacks. Okay, John, favorite Pokemon, go.
My favorite Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that's the question.
Probably Charmander. I don't know.
Nice. Look at that. Take that, Zinny.
There you go, Zinny.
I'm old school, right? When I was growing up, that's when Pokemon came out. So I got to give it up to the OGs. Squirtle, right. Charmander, right?
We had like 5. That's it.
Yeah, before there was like 900. There were 5.
It was real easy to catch them all.
There was Pokemon. There was Charmander. There was Squirtle. There was Hank. You know, like you just...
there was Snortle. The cocaine one.
The Corcano.
Yeah. That's what that is.
Yeah, for a hot second, I thought my daughter was really going to be into Pokemon, and it didn't take. And I'm not mad about it. So I bought her one of the games for the Switch, and she's played it twice. And I got her an Eevee, a fan bought her an Eevee plush, and which I think it was Slotty, and she loves it, but she has zero interest in playing the game. So, oh no, I don't have to try and learn all that. Darn.
We've talked about it before in the podcast, but I feel like I have zero awareness of Pokemon. I feel like, I don't know if it just missed us or if it just wasn't on my radar. If it was squarely in our generation, it just wasn't on my radar. But I just feel like it wasn't. It never made my periphery. I don't know.
All right.
And certain people it stuck with, right? If you really, really got into it, it kind of stuck with it. The resurgence that happened, I think that really brought back a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of interest. But yeah, I think for our generation, like many things, I mean, Power Rangers, it changed, and when it changed, we dropped off. As Pokemon evolved, pun intended, we kind of fell off, right? You either went with it or you jumped off, and a lot of us jumped off. So.
Yeah, and that's okay.
I was a Pog guy. That's what my thing was.
Play of the game?
Pog.
Oh, yeah. I had the tube, I had a collection of slammers. Yeah.
It's so funny because I hear Pog now, and all I can think of is play of the game. That's like people use the phrase poggers, or that's Pog. Like now when you say Pog, I'm like, oh, right, that used to mean something else back when we were younger.
Yeah, that was a tiny cardboard disc game. That's all that was.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was a wonderful, talk about marketing. Talk like what a way to manufacture a time suck and a money suck.
Yeah.
We're just going to stamp out a bunch of cardboard. What do we got in the back? Bunch of cardboard? Stamp out circles. Let's sell it.
And we'll have different designs, you know.
Right.
You could steal out people's shit by conquering them in the gladiatorial in the arena. Gladiatorial arena. There we go. Hey, Wolf, love you too, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. All right. Well, I think we're looking good. I think we're sounding good. I think we should get this show on the road. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin.
And we have a very special guest with us tonight. Mm-hmm. You may know him as an expert in the field of snacks. You may know him as DadBodSnacks. Please welcome John Fern.
Well, thank you for the applause.
Of course.
It's a pleasure to be here, gentlemen.
It's great to have you. I've only known you as DadBodSnacks for the longest time, and I was like, who is this DadBodSnacks? I'm curious. And why does he know so much about the snack world? And we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to find out everything there is to know about you. But, John, before we get started, Mr. Wolf's Blood in the chat said, John may have expertise in the subject, but it is a fact that he's looking like a snack. So there you go.
Thanks.
Yes.
You're already getting stands, John.
Yep. It's Simps for John. You know, that's what this is, you know. Welcome.
It's got to be the hat, right? It must be the hat.
That's really, yeah.
Yes.
And
It's
I mean,
nice hat.
really, if you're listening to this and not watching it or live or on the replay,
let's time out. First of all, if you're not watching, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway, continue, Justin.
Right. What are you doing with your life? But yeah, John is very on brand tonight. He's got the DadBodSnacks swag hat, the shirt, and then regale us with what you're drinking out of again.
I've drank too much of it, but this is a color-changing Fruity Pebbles mug.
Yeah.
And it's a thing of beauty is really what it is.
This man goes hard, all right,
Yeah.
gang? And you gotta respect the commitment. And so I do. And you should too.
Yes.
So, but before we get started, let's get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way. As always, please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/mindgappodcast. Your likes and your subs mean the world to us. Gang, we are sitting at 196 subscribers on YouTube. We are a mere 4 away from 200. That is a +5 since last week. So thank you to all who have come out and subbed. It's fantastic. So we're looking to get over that hump for that 200 and keep on climbing. So thank you for all your support. Please, share us around. That means the world to us. Find a clip that we post. Find a short. I got a banger coming out. If you're listening to this live, it's coming out tomorrow. If you're listening to it pre-recorded, it came out already. It's Star Wars themed. It's coming out. We'll see if it ruffles any feathers. We'll see. I don't know.
Here's the thing. We're either going to gain subscribers or lose a ton.
I don't know. I hit all the hashtags with them. It's just waiting to go out. So we'll see what happens. But if you like something, if you like a clip, if you like any of the segments, any things that we post out, please share them. Even if it's just to one person, send them a text, send it out to the world. Let people know about what we're doing here. That means the world to us. If you'd like to contribute some actual money to what we do, we're grateful. Please consider subscribing to our Patreon, patreon.com/mindgappodcast. And, if you do, you could be one of the really cool people like Tom McIntyre, like Richie Armour, like Zinni, like Slotty Bartfast, and like Almighty Crit. Your name could go in the annals of history if you were to subscribe to us there. Also, consider checking out our merch, redbubble.com. Type in Mind Gap Podcast, get yourself something nice. Get yourself a sweet shirt, a hat, a shower curtain, whatever you want. They got all sorts of stuff over there. Check it out. And also, don't be afraid to join our Discord. We've got a lot of great people. You can hang out and chat with the cool people like Slotty Bartfast, like Wolfslore, like Zinni, like Tint, like all the cool people that hang out over there, like Gunch, a.k.a. Noah Reno. We set up game nights. We hang out. We share memes. It's a good time. Consider checking out. And last but not least, we do live stream our podcast every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, tonight 8:30, because we are, considerate to our guests. And also on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central, I host a video game stream. Didn't last Saturday because I had an impromptu, wonderful mini vacation that came up out of nowhere. So sorry, y'all. I went to a cabin on a lake, so it didn't happen. But generally, I stream games on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Central, so you should come check that out as well. Okay, boop, boop, boop. Housekeeping is done. Now, of course, we must turn to John. John, before we get started, would very much like for you to promote socials, anything else that you got going on. Please let people know where to find you, where to follow you, all that good stuff.
Well, I keep it simple. I'm a man of limited time, so I'm on the Instagrams, right? That's where everyone tends to find me the most. It's where the bulk of my following goes. It trickles out from there because things get shared out from there. But DadBodSnacks on Instagram. I think it's real DadBodSnacks on Facebook. DadBodSnacks on Twitter. I did start one of those talks, right? Is that what they call it? Yeah. I have a TikTok now. I don't post on there all the time, but if I get a really nice package, that's what she said, I will post it on there. Some of the really some of these boxes that these marketing companies come up with, they are amazing. Like just either loaded with swag or super creative and special in some way. So that's I saved that for the Talk. But DadBodSnacks on TikTok. So
Nice.
yeah, track me down and find me there. I'm very responsive in the DMs, but I don't have time to really monitor the actual posts every day. Just a man of many things I do. So.
Yeah, right.
So don't worry about the interaction, guys. Just go enjoy the content that's being put out. That's all I got to say. Like we do. We go in and we enjoy the content because he posts a lot of those boxes that he gets, and they are things of beauty.
Yeah, they're pretty special.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I would also like to say, what is the snack? And I feel like this is now the game or the theme through the episode. If Talk was a snack, what is Talk?
it's got to be.
Talk.
Oh, it's got to be like chocolate and crunchy. You know.
You think chocolate? I was thinking. It reminds me of taco. I was thinking more savory.
I was thinking like Nestle Crunch, like came to mind when you think
Nestle
of Talk.
Crunch?
Yeah.
Well, when I think Talk, I think really close to Takis, right? Which are the wonderful little kind of rolled pseudo chip. I think it's Hispanic in origin, maybe Mexican. I don't, not exactly sure, but Takis are wonderful. But I think it'd be a copyright kind of infringement if there was a Talk versus Takis.
Sure.
So I would go completely different, and instead of the savory, I would go with probably something on the sweeter side, chocolate. I'm actually thinking something Japanese, like a Japanese wafer, chocolate covered wafer.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
No, I got you there. Yeah, that's pretty
I
impressive.
like that.
Jared says, I had Takis the other day. I just dropped into an Australian accent. Very interesting snack you guys have there. I've never heard of those until this very moment. I have no idea what
Really?
Takis are. Yeah.
They are tasty.
I'm looking at bags of them now. They're chips.
If you want to call them that.
Oh, my God. There's one called Blue Heat. Hot chili pepper, artificially flavored, no shit, tortilla chips. Ugh.
Oh, no. There's a lot of shit.
Oh, no. Blue Heat. Yikes.
Dad Bod, have you had those?
I have not had the Blue Heat specifically. I like Takis. They're pretty great. I saw them at that expo that I went to just a couple weeks back. They do have some new stuff coming out as well. I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about, so I can't divulge everything. But it's a corn chip, but they roll them, right? So it's only the crunchy bits, right? How many chips do you get out of a bag? If you're like me, you like kettle cooked, you like the crunchy ones, right? The flat chips just aren't crunchy enough. Regular flat chips aren't crunchy enough. You got to have the Takis that are rolled or kettle cooked, right? Something like that. I'm all about the crunch. So Takis are great for crunch.
Yeah, these how long have these been around? I feel again, I'm shocked. I was like, never heard of these. Like,
I feel like a long time, right?
Oh my God.
Yes. I'd say a couple decades, maybe.
I'm apparently not in the snack game, man. I don't know anything about these. These definitely look like they'll give you some sort of diarrhea, like for sure. Like this will probably, which leads me to, kind of really getting into the snack game. What are your poops like, John, after eating all this stuff? Like, I mean, I got to imagine this kind of food has just got to wreck your bowels.
That's awkwardly personal. Yeah. To put things as nice as possible, I don't consume the entire thing that I'm gifted for that specific reason. So I am of normalcy, right? We'll put it that way, right? I don't eat the entire. I mean, I got, what was it? The Doritos popcorn that they gave. Wonderful stuff. Oh my goodness. But no, I did not sit down and eat the entire bag because it was a Sam's Club size bag that was my torso. I mean, it was probably almost 3 feet tall. I swear, the thing was huge.
I didn't know. First off, you've blown my mind with Doritos popcorn. That I don't care how big the bag is, I probably would have decimated it, and that's a problem.
Yeah, that sounds.
Well, you are in luck. It was a Sam's Club exclusive last year. They have released the Kraken, and it is now in various different areas. If you go to a gas station, you might be able to find a small bag. You just want a sample. But if you just want to go nuts, some of your major grocery chains, I know Walmart should still have it here and there, but yeah, some of the bigger chains, they'll have it as well. And it's Smart Pop actually too. Smart Pop is the brand, Doritos flavored Smart Pop popcorn. It's wonderful.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm into it.
Very, very interesting.
I'm making notes, by the way. I'm going to try all of the things that are suggested tonight. Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we've kind of already kicked this off, but let's get into it. How did you acquire the secret identity of DadBodSnacks?
Well, I mean, if you really want to dial it all the way back, I've had an unhealthy obsession with snacks for quite some time.
I think we all have. We're American.
Yeah. I actually blame my older sisters. I obviously did not want to play dolls, but they would bribe me with Oreos and things of that nature to then interact with them. And I think that's where it all started, and it's been snowballing since then. Right, trying to find the latest, the greatest, the newest, what's unique and fun. And I don't know, it's probably a handful of years ago. Was it 20? I think it's like 2018, something like that. That I decided, I see some other people online doing this, and I already kind of do this anyways. Let's share it like everyone else does. Right? There's a handful of people at that time that were fairly popular that also shared things on social media that that looked like fun. I've got some skills in this. I could do it too. Yeah, let's go for it. And I actually became a nuisance at work. If you talk to any of my old coworkers, I would go out and find the latest and greatest, and I would just leave it on my desk, and I'd send out an email to a select group of people that I knew also liked snacks, like, hey, I've got the new fudge stripes if you want to try them. And they would come by, we'd chat a little bit here and there, and I was a workplace disturbance for many years.
I love it.
Yeah, it's actually a good thing that I work from home now, because I disturbed a lot of people for various reasons.
I would have loved and hated
you
about 3 or 4 years ago. I would have been like, John, what do you got?
Right.
What do you got, John?
You're the guy that you want to be on that email list. Like you're the person in the office that people want to know.
I'd be
for
like,
sure.
You got the new fudge stripes. Let me know.
And sometimes I would just tease people, and then it turned into like an actual like weekly thing where I'd actually go out every week and find something. I called it Weird Wednesday, where I'd find the weirdest flavor that there was, and we'd try it on Wednesdays, right? And so it became a whole thing, and that's when I decided, well, if I can't share with my coworkers, I'll just share it with the rest of the world. And I joined the Instas, and it's kind of grown since then, right? I thought I'll give it a shot. I got a good name. We'll see what sticks, what works. I started it July 11th, 7-Eleven day. My first post is actually a Slurpee post.
Nice. And
I said, 6 months, right? We'll give it, or till the end of the year, let's get 1,000 followers. I had 5. That's pretty good. So I said, well, my goal, like one of the goals, you got to have a goal in life. One of the goals was to get to the Sweets and Snacks Expo that I know happens. That's like the Holy Grail. That's like the Mecca. That's the place you want to be. That's the place I got to go. And so there was caps, right? You got to get to 10K to make it there. And thankfully they weren't strict on having 10K, but I hit 10K right before I walked in those doors.
Wow.
That was just less than a year it took.
So that it really was kind of Willy Wonka in nature, where like you have to be invited to this thing. You can't just show up to the expo like you can a lot of other expos, just buy a ticket. Like you've got to get invited to the Snack Expo.
It's a little more complicated. Well, not as complicated, but it's a little different than that. It's not. I have a feeling they're going to go to the invite level, but realistically, if you're not in the food industry, you're not allowed to go. And when it came to media, you had to, which is what the social media had to apply, and you had to provide. Being that I was applying for social media purposes as an influencer, they said, all right, well, we need stats. right? Show me your follower count. Show me your interaction rate. Show me this, that. You had to provide a list and convince them to let you in. So, yeah.
That's bonkers, man.
I imagine this montage of, dun, 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 dun. You're just sitting there like crossing off the days to the calendar, and you're just like staring at it while you pull out some Takis and take a bite, and you're just like, pull out your phone, take a shot, and it's just like you typing out stuff and like posting, and you're just intently like watching, bloop, couple of likes, and then it cuts to later, you see more likes, more comments, more interaction. You're looking at your engagement rate, your impressions, and you're just like finally like, yes! And you're like showing it to the guys. You're like, let me in, and they're like, all right, come on in. Get in here.
There's like the opaque numbers flying across as the counter's going up.
Yeah. He's just sweating as he's like trying snacks and taking pictures, setting up the perfect
But that's
line.
because of how many snacks he's eaten.
You see him like staring at Amazon, buying a lighting rig and a camera to take like really good photos of things, and he's just like, it's worth it. I've got to get that perfect photo.
At one point, there's a big bit of frustration, and you just knock everything off the table.
No! Yeah. One person writes a shitty comment. He's like, damn it! No!
This is a movie I would watch 100%.
A short movie, but one I would watch. Yes.
Yeah. No, I love the visuals. Absolutely love the visuals, and I kind of wish it was a movie. Yeah. But I need like Bradley Cooper to play me. Someone that's actually cool, attractive, right? Something like that.
We'll make some calls. We got Wolf. One of our booking agent is in the chat right now.
If you're wondering, Justin just woofed like a dog. That's what he did.
Can we get Bradley Cooper? Just get in touch with his people and let him know about John and this whole idea.
Yeah, Wolf, write that down.
We'll get it going.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, it'll be good.
That's not a problem at all. Not a problem. I remember coming across your profile pretty early on. I think when you started it, and I was like, "This is so cool." And then I had the thought, I'm like, "But I mean, how long can he do this?" Because like after you try like the 3 flavors of Cheetos that I'm aware of, and like the 15 Ruffles that are out there, and then the Pringles, I'm like, it's well's going to dry up eventually. And as you've continued, and as things have gotten wilder and wilder and more exotic, I'm like, how fucking many snacks exist in this world? This is bonkers. Stuff that I didn't even realize was out there. Stuff that I'm assuming most consumers probably wouldn't know of. You're getting some early release stuff, I'm guessing too, because my mind has been blowing consistently following your account.
And not only that, he's putting himself on the line, gang. He's putting himself out there on the front line against diabetes, high cholesterol, cavities. John is the one that's out there giving us the expert information that we need to know about the research and development that's going into these snacks, gang. He is putting himself out there. He deserves your respect. John, I'm sorry.
He's both the hero we need and the hero we deserve. Yes.
Exactly. John, sorry, the floor is yours. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's perfectly fine. And it's a bit over the top, but I will do my best to wear said crown. So it's like I said before, it was an unhealthy obsession that I have been forced to become healthy, right? As many of us gentlemen know, once you reach a certain age, your body goes, yeah, no, that's not going to work.
For sure.
Yeah. And your body starts to tell you what to do as opposed to the other way around. And at the beginning of this year, I actually had to, I wouldn't call it a come to Jesus moment, but I had to have a sit down and reassess DadBodSnacks himself. So I now focus on the phrase itself of dad first, focus on the body, make sure that you're healthy, and then comes the snacks.
I like that.
That's the way life should be lived. That's, at least what I promote, what I encourage. So whenever I find healthy snacks, I do try to promote and share the healthy snacks. It's not just Hostess cupcakes, right? As wonderful as those may be, it is, life is not all about Hostess cupcakes. So, I am
I feel
now
like my reality just
medication.
got shattered.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could convince me of that now, but yeah, Justin of 5 years ago would have told you to go fuck yourself.
I feel like we just lost viewers. Yeah. You just ruined someone's reality with that.
Yeah,
I I do like the fact that you've kind of taken what was kind of a fun experiment at first and really turned it into something that has, for lack of better terms, a mission statement. Like you've got a direction that you're taking things in a way that you operate the brand, which is, again, shouldn't be surprising given what you do as a day job, but it's really cool to see the internal evolution of something like this too. Like where it can go and what you can do with something like this, and not just falling into the obvious pattern that this could lead you down,
Oh yeah. I mean, you were totally right before saying that, diabetes and high cholesterol and all that other stuff. I was very much, my family was like this. I think many people had this same life experience growing up, to where your parents told you, if it's on your plate, you finish it. Right. And that was very much what it was. I paid for that food. You're going to eat that food. And I had that mentality for a long time. I was gifted all this food. And so I thought, well, I can't let it go to waste. Right. So then I would actually eat it. And there was quite some, for a long time, that I would consume things and I would have to then hide it from the wife and eat a little bit more. And just because I didn't want to waste it, but you can't live life like that. So now I find people I can give it to, right? I obviously try everything I get. That's no question. If it is really tasty, yes, I will eat all of it. But there are still things that I go, okay, well, I don't have to eat. Sometimes, I don't know how far back you guys followed, but Hostess, since we're talking about them, actually sent me a box that was 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. Massive box that was full of ding dongs and Twinkies, and there was some padding in there.
Right.
And there was another box inside that had some other fun things, but the rest of the padding was cupcakes, pastry.
All right, I want to pause. I want to pause real quick. Were these like strawberry Twinkies or like, cupcakes with blueberry, like anything unusual? Or were these just
It was a mixture.
Okay.
There was mixed berry Twinkies. There was traditional Twinkies. There was ding dongs. There was cupcakes. There was a couple other flavors. I think they came out with a mint, just their basic cupcake, right, with the swirls on top. They had a mint version with mint cream in the middle. There was probably, 7 different kinds of Twinkies in there. My kids stood next to the box, and you could see how large the box was, and I had laid it out all over my desk, right? If I ate all of that, I would literally have gone into a sugar coma, right? It was just way too much to consume. But I know people. My dad was one of them. I gave him a whole grocery bag worth of stuff. He loves Twinkies. But yeah, I share it with everybody else now, right? Which is the nice thing to do, I think. I don't know if I'm spreading diabetes, but it's a nice thing to do because it's giving. I'm all about giving.
Right. So. It's the gift that keeps on giving until it takes a foot.
Well played. I was actually gonna shit on Hostess to be like, wow, they gave you a box full of like regular shit you can find at the store. Like, here you go. Here's a bunch of Twinkies, and they're like, cool. I've never had these before, but hey, good on them for giving you some unique stuff. I think that's interesting, and I love. Slotty goes, dear Google, how does diabetes spread?
DadBodSnacks.
The logo of DadBodSnacks comes up.
It's like, oh, whoops. Well, I gotta say, I mean, let's face it. Any holiday, any birthday that comes up, you've got it covered, man. You're just like, don't. You're like, hey, listen, don't ask what you want, because I know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot box of Hostess stuff for your birthday. Enjoy. You're welcome.
I also just think back to when we were growing in grade school or whatever, and we went over to a birthday party. Like your house for your kids' birthday parties has got to be party fucking central. Like there's talk about just having it. You're like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. And then offering do you want me to provide snacks for your kids' party? Because I have too many. Like, Dad, I want to have a cake. No, you're going to have whatever Hostess and Little Debbie have sent us, all right? I will make a cake configuration, and you're going to like it.
30 boxes of Cheerios. That's what you're getting.
With a candle on top.
I'm going to put a bunch of honey in it, and we're going to mold something into a cake, and then we'll light it on fire and say happy birthday.
Oh my God. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
God, that's so wild. What would you say? And I don't know if you're comfortable giving an answer to this.
Oh, he's comfortable,
I don't
Justin.
want to alienate anyone.
No, he's good. He's got this.
What would you say is the best snack that you can remember receiving? The best thing you're just like, this is mind blowing. Like if you could tell people this is the one that you really need to go out and try.
And I'd like to add some addendums to that. Number one, what is like just the overall best tasting thing? And also, what was the most creative thing? Maybe not the most tasty, but you're like, listen, it's kind of gross, but it was unique. Like they took a shot, you know?
Right.
Maybe not gross, but you're like, that didn't taste the best, but I commend them on their attempt to do something new.
Well, there's a lot of companies try new things all the time, right? Most of them seem to be successful, right? Not everything is successful. Trying to think recently. I got a list of stuff. I keep lists.
You got to. I mean,
you have to.
Yeah.
When you
get the game you're in.
Yeah.
Can't mess around.
The most recent thing that is probably truest to what you're talking about was the flaming hot Mountain Dew.
Wait.
Have you guys seen that or had that yet?
Wait, that's a drink?
Yes. It actually came out last year. I had a limited run because they did like an online promo only. It was such a popular thing last year. They actually brought it back and it's on shelves this year. I think Walmart has it, maybe some other stores. I think it's definitely spread out. It's not just Walmart this year. But they took the flaming hot essence and they put it in Mountain Dew. And you would think, WTF, what did they do? Why did they do this? And who was this high that this was a good idea? And it's actually not bad. It's not bad.
Really?
You have to like both things, right? And if you have ever eaten Flamin' Hot Cheetos or Flaming Hot products and drank a Mountain Dew at the same time, you've already had that flavor because that's exactly what it is.
Right. Which,
so
for the record, I would say it's not a stretch to think if you're consuming one of those things, you probably have the other one of those things within arm's reach. It would make sense.
Hey, listen.
Hold
on. All right, listen. I'll take a bite of a hot dog and wash it down with some Pepsi, all right? But I don't want Pepsi-flavored hot dogs, and I don't want hot dog-flavored Pepsi, all right? Just because it all goes in your mouth at the same time, you're like, that works. It's like, no, it doesn't, okay? It doesn't, all right?
You don't think you do, man, but you don't know what you know what you want.
What I love is right now I'm sharing like a Google search with everyone that's watching, and there's a Mountain Dew can. That's the Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot, and it's like been poured into some like nice like either Cavassier glass or a wine glass just sitting right next to it. I'm like, all right, what are we doing here? Like, what are we pretending? That we're going to be like, yep, smells spicy. Can't wait to have my asshole burn on this one. You know, like, that's got to wreck your bowels.
I also like if you scroll a little bit down, there's someone who has a container full of Flaming Hot Cheetos, and they're just pouring Mountain Dew into it. It's another way to do it, I think.
Well, if Jared says he'd try it, he says, I've had spicy drinks before, and he goes, fuck you, Doug, I drink hot dog flavored Pepsi. You would, Jared.
Jared, you misspelled flavored.
You added a U, you bastard.
You Australian.
You Aussie. Well, okay. So that's definitely. This is definitely. I got to hand to you. That's definitely got to be the most unique thing I've heard of in a long time.
I feel like if I had opened that up, I would have taken a look at it and gone, I don't know if I can.
I mean, the marketing on it does not. You know, it doesn't. I mean, I look at it and just my stomach turns. I'm just like, this is gonna really do terrible things to me. You know,
like. Opening it up and drinking it and enjoying it is one thing, but just getting over that initial mental hump of like, am I really going to try this? I just don't know.
Well, you have to think, right? When Pepsi / Mountain Dew made this, they do want it to be consumable, right? It's not like
that's fair.
You have taken Cheetos, ground them up, added just a splash of Mountain Dew and made it into a paste that they're, chugging this paste.
Oh,
That
God,
would be
sounds-
god awful. So they,
Right.
like I said, took the essence of that flaming hot and they put it in there. So in the first sip, you get citrus, you get that Mountain Dew, and then comes into this lingering flaming hot spice. It's not awful. What made me have that same vibe you did, Justin, was the promo can that they sent it to me in, which was very fun, very cool. It resembled a radioactive 55-gallon drum. It was only this big, right? It wasn't huge. It held one bottle of it, but it was a radioactive looking drum that was red and yellow and had like caution tape all over it with flaming hot symbols. And yeah, it was. So I didn't know what I was getting into, but yeah, I chased the Cheeto. I definitely do. I actually was out today looking for the latest and greatest of Cheetos, because as much as I like flavor, I also like spicy. And there is a Carolina Reaper Flamin' Hot Cheeto on the market now. Yeah, it's been out for like a month, but my location just won't get it in. I actually took a picture today of the stand-up that says, "Hey, look, Flamin' Hot Carolina Reaper." Yeah. You go around, it's just Doritos. There's nothing there.
Bastards. Where do you go to find these things? Because I feel like I don't ever, if I'm out in the store, I feel like I'm seeing the same snacks over and over and over again. I feel like I'm not seeing these crazy ones that you're talking about.
Well, two things. That's two-part answer there. First of all, do you remember the I Spy game when you were little?
Yes, sir.
Right? I was a pro at that, and I could spot everything that was different. To where in the very beginning, like when the account first started, I actually visited almost a store a day, if not more. And I would go to 6 to 7 different stores, and sometimes the same stores but different locations, because each location gets a little bit different product. They might set it up a little bit differently. Okay. Right? They loosely follow the planograms, but I would basically visually memorize what's on those shelves, right? And I can look and go, it would take about an hour if I was walking slowly, but I could probably do it in 30 minutes, where I could walk the entire store and point out what is different, what's moved, and what's changed, because I was in there every week.
It's commitment.
Yeah, that was the grind, and that was obviously before the dog, before a lot of life happened.
I missed my baby's first words, but que sera, sera. They're gonna be talking the rest of their lives.
Yeah, no, I got the greatest one, Lay's potato chips. That's great.
That's right.
I imagine you're like a comic book nerd who goes in the comic book shop and thumbing through all the comics looking for that rare thing, or like telling the guy, "Hey man, is the new X-Men, Uncanny X-Men in yet?" It's like, "Nah, man, it's not in yet." And you're like, "Well, I'll be waiting for it." Just waiting for that right opportunity to know the right person who's like, "Hey, listen, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I got a new bag of those Pringles. It's right, Pringles in a bag, right? Not in a can. I got one for you." And you know what? It's sprinkled in with some sriracha and also a little bit of Nerds. There you go. Nerds sriracha Pringles. Get at me, Pringles.
Get after it.
And Nerds. Yeah, you're not far off though. I would have to talk to some people and be like, "Hey, I know this is out. I know your store has it. Actually, your online locator actually says it's in your store now. I've been checking it daily. Do you mind going in the back, taking a look in the truck real quick? Because I know it's back there." And sometimes you get that one, guy that just rolls his eyes like, "This guy," and he'll go in the back and he'll find it. Yeah. But there's been times I've had that conversation.
I was going to ask. Go ahead, Justin.
No, go ahead. I was
going to ask, what is the reaction to the average store person who's like, you come in and you're like, "Listen, man, I've been checking the store locator. I've got the data, all right? I know your IP address. I know what's going on here. I've checked the shipping manifests, okay? Don't ask me how. I know people, okay? I know 3 bags of this came in. I'm going to politely request that you go back and double check that you have these, because I'm here. I'm here. I'm not going away."
Well, I don't phrase it that particular way, but I have, yeah, it's usually met with some sort of eye roll or someone that looks at me really funny, like, what is wrong with you? Right? It's that kind of look in their eyes, like, gee, do you have, there's something wrong with you? And they'll just walk away, or sometimes they honestly lie to my face. I've had that happen before too. Like, no, that's not here. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's here. I've checked it. I've done this. No. I was just back there. It's not there. And they just like deadpan you in the face because they don't want to go back there. They don't want to look at stuff. Like, all right, well, if that's what you're going to do, I'll either find someone else or I'll just come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
call, man. You want to see me again? You'll see me again.
You ain't getting rid of me that easy, pal.
To that end, have you ever had to put the pressure on someone? You know, maybe back them up against a shelf.
Maybe find them as they get off work in the parking lot and just be like, hey, bud, I was just in your car. Didn't seem to find the bag of chips in there either. What are we going to do next here? Huh? Is
maybe
it in your
could
house?
Ask your wife, Janine.
Yeah, right. Who lives at 1432 Blueberry Lane. You know, just saying.
Or maybe your daughter, Crystal, you know, when she gets out of soccer practice at 3:45 p.m. on Thursdays.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe we ought to go and make a trip over there and ask them if they know where this is.
Should have brought the oranges, Larry. It was your job this week to bring the oranges. Yeah. No, I have not put the squeeze on anybody.
Spoken like a true dad.
It's not my first rodeo.
That's right. In the chat, Slotty says, have you flashed your Instagram influencer ID card, or is it a badge? I have to assume when you get a blue check, you get sent one of those.
I don't know.
I'm sure you'll have to pay for it. It's not free. You know, you got to buy your own.
Like a walk of the star on the Walk of Fame. Yeah.
I mean, I have name dropped the Instagram account before,
have
just
you?
because, well, and only for a couple of various awkward reasons. What store was I at? Dollar General, I think it was. The one particular instance there, I was taking a photo of something, and because that's what a lot of this is, right? I don't always want to buy it, but I want to take a photo and I want to share it with everybody else. So I'm in the store, I take a photo of it, and you can tell it was probably some, I'm guessing, assistant manager, kind of oversees me taking a photo and goes, excuse me, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm just taking a photo. I'm actually going to share it on the internet, you know, tell people about this. Like, oh, you can't take photos and you can't share that. Well, I'm doing this to help you. I don't know if you know that. I'm actually, my name's DadBodSnacks. You know, I'm on Instagram. I got a bunch of followers, and I come into stores. I take photos of things and I share it on Instagram so I can tell people where to go to buy this particular thing that they're going to want. But no, you can't take photos in there. You can't do that. You're not allowed. And she asked me to leave and delete the photo. I was like, you're going to stick to your guns that much because it's in those rules. Now, I guarantee you at every single grocery store, it is in those rules, right? You cannot take photos and then share them without with written consent, et cetera, right? But we do this in the interest of those stores and those companies also basically for free, right? 99% of us rarely get paid for anything that we do. They pay us in candy and swag. That's entertaining at the moment. That's a whole nother topic. But this lady was dead set. I mean, not sharing these particular cookies that was at this dollar store. And I was like, I'm trying to help you, lady. Don't you want people to come into your store and buy?
This is the only marketing the dollar store has ever gotten. Take it.
And not only that,
pretty much.
Let me stop you there. People take photos in stores all the time. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, I've seen people at the grocery store being like, FaceTiming and being like, are these the chips? Are these the things you want us to get? Like, give me a break. Like, you know, it'd be one thing if you're like taking pictures of the security, of the surveillance, you know, cameras where they are, like walking around following employees, taking pictures of them. You're like, I'm taking a picture of these cookies, man. Like, cool, noted. I got them. I'm sending them to my wife to be like, are these the ones you want? Like, it's absurd to me that they're like, no, you can't take pictures of the merchandise. These ain't jewels, Judy. Like, come on, relax.
I always feel more awkward when I'm taking a picture of something in a store when the customers walk by rather than the people. I don't know why. I feel a more heavily judged by fellow customers when I'm taking pictures of things.
Well, yeah, I got over that shame real quick. I mean, in the beginning, I felt like that, but just today when I was out at Walmart real quick, I reached over a Walmart clerk that was in the middle of stocking something. I was like, excuse me real quick. And I just took a quick photo and I walked away. Like doesn't even faze me anymore.
Yeah.
That I just walked down there with my phone in my hand going, and 99% of the time, people don't care. There's even sometimes that when I have told people that, oh, my name's DadBodSnacks, I'm on Instagram, stuff like that. They don't know me, right? They don't get excited when they hear that name, but they end up going to look it up and see, oh, he's not a liar. He actually does do this for a living. Okay, that's cool. And when I came back in, she was then excited to talk with me, like, oh, hey, and actually had somebody. This was like the sweetest lady. She worked in the bakery over at Jewel Osco. And she would actually like see me when I came in on lunch. She's like, hey, John, come over here. Look, this one's new, and this one's new, and this one's new. And she just like pointed it all out for me. So I didn't have to worry about it. I was in and out of the bakery section in 2 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope someday, my goal for you, John, is someday you walk into a store and there's a whole like, what do they call those things that are on the side? The end
cap.
The end, yeah, whatever, the end cap. And they're just like, it says as seen on DadBodSnacks. And it's just like the DadBodSnacks picks, right? Like the picks of the week. It's like getting ready for the big game. Well, here's what DadBodSnacks recommends. And it's like all these different things. Like that would be so amazing just to be like, oh shit, DadBodSnacks, he's in it, man. He recommends Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. All right, let's do this. You know, that'd be amazing.
You know what you got to do? You got to take the Takis and you got to drop them into the Flaming Hot Mountain Dew.
Yeah. There you go. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I would buy everything off that display.
Right.
100%, without question. I just something that just came up for me that I realized we had talked about a few months back was the new Coke flavors, and I wanted to know, have you tried the Coke Starlight, and wasn't there like a Pixel?
Yeah,
Coke Pixel,
something like that.
I think it was Bite.
Yes,
BYTE. Yes. Bite never hit shelves, and they did not send me one, so I never got to try that one. Okay. But I did try Starlight. That one did hit shelves, or Walmart shelves. And that one, which it should have been at gas stations too, I want to say. Either way, I did try that. It had a berry kind of flavor to it, if I recall. But, I mean, they kind of, how do I phrase it? They made their own flavor. They made their own idea. So realistically, what was it supposed to be? Galaxy flavored or something,
Mm-hmm.
Right? I forget. Star.
Looking at Comet.
Yeah, they could make that whatever they want.
It was the flavor of looking at a comet. Is that what you said, Justin?
Of licking a comet.
Okay. I was like, this is confusing. We're going to combine two senses. It's the flavor of looking at a comet. You're going to capture sight with taste. But yeah, licking a comet. I like that.
Looking at a comet while being embraced by a panda bear.
There you go.
I mean, because it is so, astrological, if you will, or it's so out of touch for the regular person. It could be whatever flavor they want it to be. It could be mangoes mixed with peanuts and bacon, and they could call that meteorite. And you can't tell them they're wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
but you also don't have to tell them it's good. So
in lies the conundrum. Yes. This is where the consumer has the power.
Like, listen, it ain't good. Congrats on inventing a new flavor, I suppose, but it is what it is,
Sure, this tastes like the radiation emitted from a dying star, but it's not good.
Spot on flavor, though. Spot on flavor.
Oh, it was right there.
They captured it. They absolutely captured
it. We did have a couple user submitted or at least one here, and if you got more users, user submitted questions, listener submitted questions. If you're in the chat right now live and you do have a snack based question, please let us know. But I didn't realize this is something that they did, but Wolf wants to know, are snack crates worth it? I didn't realize that you could do like loot crates. I didn't realize snack crates were a thing. And is it worth the investment in your professional opinion?
It's snack crates are a big thing. He's not wrong. There was a time when I was getting asked to promote a snack crate once a month. It's a different company every time because there's quite a lot of them. I think, I even worked with a couple of them in my day job. Right? They are beneficial, right? But there's some personal check boxes that you got to think about, right? The way I would kind of phrase it, it's worth it if you don't have the time, the effort, or the energy to go out and find specific snacks, or if there are certain snacks that you just don't have access to, right? That's when it becomes worth it, because their model is a subscription-based model. They want you to sign up for $20, $50 a month, whatever it may be, and they will send you, Japanese snacks, right? This is stuff straight from Japan. They're going to give you 2 of everything, and it's, everything from chocolates to seaweed to, whatever you want, right? They'll give you it all. And if you don't have access to those, yeah, it's great. Or if you are really into those healthy snacks and you want to see what's new, what's interesting, and you really just you like variety, but you don't have the time and you don't want to buy a 12-pack of these health bars, not knowing if they're good or not, right? Then, that makes those crates worth it, because a lot of the times they will give you a good variety. Maybe it's only 2, maybe it's only 3 of each type of those snacks to make it worth it. But if you like to stay in your lane, right, you don't really care too much about the newest and greatest and latest, or you do have time to run to Costco and pick up a giant case of Cliff Bars, fine, right? You're good to go. Don't worry about the snack crates then. You don't need it, right? So very long answer to that. But
no, this is what our listeners require, is these in-depth analysis of these kind of questions. That's why we have experts on, John. That's why we have you on.
That's why you're here. Real quick, in our Discord, Slotty posted something he called show-related content. And I don't know if you've seen these going around. I think these are AI-generated images where you just type in something in a search box and it will populate it. It's like 9 images, like surrounded, like someone was like posted in our Discord. What was it? It was computer LAN party of the Last Supper painting, oil painting, and somehow it's created like the Last Supper, and like all the people are on like LAN computers, and it's absurd the things people are coming up with. It's called Dolly. That's what it's called. And he posted one called Flaming Hot Cheetos Toilet, and they've got toilets that are decorated like Flaming Hot Cheetos. It's something to behold, let me tell you all. Join our Discord. Link in the description below if you want to check out what Slotty posted there, which is, good God, it looks like a toilet out of the 80s. That's about the only way I can describe it. It's very orange toilets. They are horrifying. But yeah. Jared is all the way down in Australia, and he wanted to know, have you tried any Aussie snacks like Vegemite, Tim Tams, or Twisties?
I have tried Vegemite because at one of the places I worked, there was an Australian guy. His name was Dan. Still talk with him. Great person. Him and I, talked
Jared,
all
do you
sorts
know
of
Dan?
fun things.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Jared, do you know Dan? Let us know.
I think his last name was Melbourne, ironically. But he had me try Vegemite, and it was it wasn't bad, right? But it's not something as an American that loves his. Well, I love my sweets, and this is not a sweet thing, right? I don't know if you guys know what Vegemite is.
We actually tried it because of Jared. He actually sent Tim Tams and Vegemite and everything like that, and we actually got to try it on one of our episodes a long time ago, and it was interesting, especially because there was the Tim Tams with the Vegemite, which is called a Tim Tam Slam, which is where you put the Tim Tams, which were delicious, by the way. Mm-hmm. They were like chocolatey, delicious things. And you put the Vegemite on it, and I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. I was not a fan of the Tim Tam Slam.
I did Vegemite on a piece of toast, I kept it simple, kept it plain. Like I wanted to get the full Vegemite experience. And like I said, it wasn't bad, but it's not something my palate gravitates towards because, I'm an American and I have a 390-pound fat person that lives inside of me. So
Right.
it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think I could, in good conscience, recommend Vegemite to anyone. I think that's where I stand on that.
It's savory, and I definitely know what you're saying, John. Like if you grew up with it, that'd be one thing, right? Because I look at it, it's like a black, just pitch black jelly, and you're like, my brain keeps telling me as I put it on toast, I'm like, this is gonna taste sweet. As much as I'm telling myself, no, it's going to be savory, I'm just like, I bite into toast with this jam. Like, I'm like, it's going to be sweet, and it's not. And it was like the first time I accidentally had caviar. It was like someone was handing them out at some event I was at.
You
I'm
accidentally had caviar?
Yeah. I was like, oh, cool. This is like crackers with jelly on it. Again, expecting something sweet, and I bite. I'm like, this is salty. This is not what I wanted. They're like, it's caviar. I'm like, because it wasn't what I was expecting.
The jelly is bad.
Yeah, right?
Gone bad.
I apologize.
Jelly.
Jared corrected me. He says, that's not a Tim Tam Slam. A Tim Tam Slam is when you drink a warm drink through the Tim Tam and slam it into your mouth before it melts. That sounds like such an American thing. It sounds like something
That's
people
not what
did.
I remember.
I think he's right.
I feel like we talked. I distinctly remember. This could be the what's that Berenstein Bears effect? What's it? That everyone. You know what I'm talking about, Fern? Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called, but I know Berenstein versus Berenstain, right?
Yeah, it's where your mind remembers one thing but it was remembering wrong. It could be that effect, the Mandela effect. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It could be that, but I feel like you and I were both told, Doug, that a Tim Tam Slam is when you put Vegemite on a Tim Tam.
I think I know we did try that, and maybe it's called something else.
It's called the Mind Gap.
Yeah, right. But I do think I recall that after he explained that, and I do trust him. I mean, he is the expert in that regard.
I don't trust him.
He also said we had Vegemite on dry crackers. You need it on warm toast with plenty of butter. We see when you say you need it with plenty of butter, that just leads me to believe that it tastes like shit. That's like saying, yeah, I have my coffee. I love coffee. I put a shitload of cream and sugar in it to mask the flavor of coffee. But love coffee. It's great. It's delicious. It's wonderful. Yeah. Jared says he thinks Chris and Steve got their wires crossed because they were the ones who were. That was when we had the Reviewniverse on, and they were also reviewing some of that stuff that he had. So, anything's
all right.
possible.
I'll give Jared a pass on that one because it probably got lost in translation.
Hey, Jared, you get one, and that was it.
That's your one for 2022.
That's your one. I hope you enjoyed it. Congratulations. You get none others. You cheeky bastard.
You cheeky bastard.
Cheeky bastard. Real quick, I want to go back to, we mentioned the Snack Expo at the top of the show. We kind of just glossed over it. What is the Snack Expo? Like, what is it? Why is it the Super Bowl of the snack world?
Well, I would say, right, the most comparable thing, I was trying to think about this earlier today, right, that CES, right, the Consumer Electronics Show that everybody knows, right, where all the latest and greatest of tech that's shown, or like especially the Chicagoland area, right, the Chicago Auto Show, right? It is a trade show to show, ironically, the latest and greatest that's coming out, what is in the works, what is coming out next year, or what just came out, right? So, but it's for sweets and for snacks. That's it. So it's all your convenience stores, your grocery stores, right? And everybody is there, from the person that is the actual like manufacturer, right? They have their booths. There are distributors that are there that purely are there as a booth to set up a network for distribution. There is down to the little guy, mom and pop stores. They're allowed to show up too, right? It all depends. Excuse me. It all depends on your level, right? If you're a manufacturer, if you're a distributor, if you're a seller, right? Where you fit in versus how much you have to pay to go to these shows. But a lot of the times, entry costs money. The only free tickets they really give out are to the media, which is, thank heavens. If it costs money, I wouldn't go. I'm cheap. I won't lie. So it was, yeah, that's just where they showcase the latest and greatest. The nice thing about it is all the up and coming, like the little small, they have the 10 by 10 booth. They're tucked back in the corner. They're like the new products, the innovative new products. And there's this whole area that's all over there that walking that and talking with those people, that's where you find those really passionate people that are really excited about what they have. And sometimes you find that, diamond in the rough or something that's very unique and special that you're like, yeah, I can't wait to see you on shelves. Yeah, this sounds great. Right. And now it doesn't happen every time. And I didn't get a chance to walk that area too much this last time. I only had one day to myself. That was all I could afford. That's all I had time for. But there's the previous shows that I've been to. Yeah, there's some great people back there to network with. And I've got a set of business cards. I was trying to grab one earlier. I don't even know where they went. I have business cards too. And I hand those business cards out to people if they want to get in touch with me. There's various different social medias on there, email, things like that. So it's a quick introduction to things. And yeah, sometimes they reach back out and we go from there and I share a lot of the smaller mom and pop stuff, right? I'm excited for these people here. I'm not trying to plug them, but this is called Riffs Bacon.
I was going to say, is that a package of bacon?
Yeah.
Yes, it is pre-cooked, ready to go. Obviously it's a little greasy, but it's a small company that is out of Minnesota that they've got a bunch of different flavors. You can find them. Ironically, it's at like Tractor Supply stores like Blaine Farm.
No, that makes sense.
Menards, stuff like that. Right now. But they're trying to get into Walmart and other stores and working on it. They've had some serious grind, but it's quality, thick cut bacon. That's a great snack, right? If you want something that is going to be high enough in calories to hold you over, sometimes a piece of bacon will do it. And I don't know about you guys, but I love bacon.
I will never say no to a slice of bacon. I don't care when it is, morning, noon, or night.
Yeah.
So have you tried those?
5 or 6 different flavors. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
awesome. They got a whole bunch of different flavors. This is sweet and spicy. They got a chipotle raspberry, a coffee, a classic, a habanero one, which wasn't really that spicy. But they got a whole bunch of different ones that you find the small companies like that you really pull for the little guy and this one. And I hope Riffs, finds their ways to all the shelves and all the convenience stores because the shelf life on this stuff is quite long, actually. This one I picked up at the expo. It says it's good till May of 23.
Damn.
And it doesn't need to be refrigerated or anything like that?
No, because it's already cooked and then it is probably pasteurized within that package and good to go. So it's all sealed, and as long as you don't slice the package, it's good to go for over a year. It sits there.
John, I think we can all agree it's not good to go. I think we can all agree that any bacon that lives in a package and is good for a year, you're gonna have problems. I mean, listen, I bet it's delicious, but listen, the bill comes due. All right, the bill comes due.
Not
all
if
right?
it's vacuum sealed. If there's no air getting in.
Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm sure it's a fine quality, but listen, if you eat that, guys, the bill comes due. All right.
I'll say this: that seems to be perfect hiking food.
Yes.
You throw that in your pack, and you just go. Like it's slim enough where you could fit a bunch of them if you're going for a longer hike. Like that's my kind of
Justin, I bet that would have been perfect for you during the marathon. Have a slice of that while you're running. Get that energy back in.
Absolutely.
Grease the wheels.
Quite literally, yes.
Yeah.
I could, after I get done eating it, then just rub on the ligaments that are sore. Just start rubbing that bacon.
Right.
grease.
Yeah, it's basically icy hot.
That's all it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Get those power gel packets. Get them the fuck out of my face. I want a small cup of coffee and a piece of bacon when I'm running that marathon.
I love it. You're halfway through. You're like, "Where's my coffee and my bacon?"
Just grab that and slam it down, and then tear open the bacon. Yeah. Oh, that's how you do it.
I love
That's
this
how you
thing. I love what Slotty just wrote in the chat. He goes, "Perfect hiking food is in fact a block of Parmesan cheese. Hard cheeses for a hard journey." I feel like that was just the slogan for a commercial for something. Hard cheeses for a hard journey. Parmesan cheese.
Right.
Get yours today.
It's Klingman's hiking cheese.
It's hot king cheese. Oh God. So John, what was one or two things that really like grabbed your attention at the most recent Snack Expo? What's something that you hope comes out of there, other than obviously the pocket bacon, sounds amazing? I mean that with all sincerity. I'm being joking and stuff like that. I mean, I would never have thought of like a slice of bacon packaged would ever be a thing, and I'm thrilled for it. But the dark side of me is like, good. But what was like something you're like, holy shit, I hope this thing comes out. People need to know about this. Like, what was the most surprising thing you saw there?
Well, I actually found it right before the expo because they started following me. But one of the more surprising things, everybody remembers Warhead candy. They have a Warhead soda coming out.
Oh, wow. My.
5 different flavors. I hope to get myself a sample package here in the next few weeks. We'll see. I haven't had a chance to go through. Like I could show you, like the people, the listeners won't know, but this is one of 2 bags that I picked up from the Snack Expo.
Guys, it's a Target bag. It looks like a full garbage bag full of stuff. Right. Like that is.
We talked about torso-sized things earlier. That's a torso-sized bag right there.
Sheesh, that is full.
That was one of 2 bags that I came back with from the expo. And like I said, I was there for one day. I didn't even get to walk the other 2 days.
Wow.
So had I wanted to, yeah, I could have cleaned house, but I was, I had things to do. I had a mission. And I obviously was not going to load that bag up, carrying that around, right, in an expo, literally all day, right? You walk in at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. You don't leave till probably 5. I'm not going to carry around 5 cans of soda in a bag already that's that big, right? That's you just asking to.
Why wouldn't you bring a? I mean, look, you're a fit guy. You could have done it, but like, why wouldn't you bring a rolling suitcase? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
not allowed to do it.
Really?
Shit, Justin. Who do you think you're fucking talking to here? This is John DadBodSnacks. Like, what do you think?
This is the actual bag that they give out. This is what it is. I had to take this bag full to the top, mounded up to here, ran to my car, dumped it in the trunk, and then ran back inside.
Jesus Christ.
So for the listeners at home, he just pulled out a giant tote bag that said Wrigley on it, and he had to basically go to his car, dump it, and then come back inside with all this stuff. I can only imagine. I was going to make a really bad joke like a kid in a candy store, because it truly was, as you walk around at all this sort of stuff. Like I've been on a health kick for the past year, and all of the dark side of me is just coming out, just imagining all of like the joyous things that would be there. But like, ooh, like I haven't had soda in over a year. Warhead soda, color me intrigued. I'd be like, tell me more about this.
Were you able to do Warheads when you were younger? Because
yes.
I could never. About 5 seconds was my max before I spit them out. I could not handle it.
Yeah, I the hot ones, the sour ones, I loved them. They were great.
I don't know if I didn't like the red ones. Yeah, I never liked like the red hot candies and things like that. Never liked those, but Warheads all day. Blue raspberry. There was a black cherry. Those were more fruity than sour, so I really, really enjoyed those. Lemon was just obviously just a taste bud burner, right? It just burned your taste buds. But yeah, no, I love Warheads. So I was super excited to hear that one. So that should be a good one. That should be coming out here relatively soon. I don't know the distribution of that, how that's going to work, but I do know it is coming. That is official. I've seen other people have gotten some swag boxes. You get one of each flavor, right? I'm hoping to be included because, yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Well, look, if manufacturers, if you're listening to this, which we know you are, please include DadBodSnacks in those promotional packages because, there's none better in the game.
Listen, hook your boy up, all right?
Yeah.
Hook your boy up. This is a guy who's going to advocate for you, and he's not afraid to put his hand on the chest of local workers and say, excuse me, I've got a job to do, and get that perfect picture to send out to all of his followers, all right? He's not afraid to do that. So,
and while you're at it, hook up, half of the hosting duo of this podcast with the Warhead soda, because how great of a promotion would that be for someone who's been on a year-long health kick to be like, I'm breaking my soda fast for this?
I won't do it. I
Or
won't do it. I'm curious. Here's what I'd say. No, actually, this would be this. I would open it, take a sip to try it, and I would throw it away. That would be the true test. That would be the true test for me to be able to do that. Because, John, I'm just like you. I hate wasting stuff. And that was always like what I told myself. Well, I can't waste all of this pizza. I mean, I just can't let it go waste. I mean, I might as well eat it. Blah, 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 blah. And that's just how I would justify consuming way more than I should. It's still a demon I fight every day. As there's this never-ending pit of hunger in my stomach that's like, eat more. So, yeah, that would be the true test to be like, I'm going to try this. Because that's the only thing I never understood when people were like wine tastings. Like, I'll just take a sip, spit it in a bucket. I'm like, what's the fucking point? I don't even drink alcohol. I'm like, what? Why don't you just swallow it? Because you're like, you'll get hammered. I'm like, isn't that the point? Like, no, we're just tasting it. I'm like, I don't understand this world.
Nothing makes sense. It'd be like me taking like a bite of pizza and going,
yeah,
I can taste the Parmesan. I can taste the,
I'm getting some flavors of some Italian sausage, a bit of salt in the red sauce. It's delicious. Onion powder is, It's like, no, man, eat that shit. Swallow it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually attribute my strong stomach, not impervious, but I have a very strong stomach because I didn't like to waste food. So I would eat so many things past their expiration date or right at the expiration date. Be like, it smells okay. And so I would eat it. And just because I didn't want it to go to waste. And because of that, I have pretty good gut bacteria. But yeah, life.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call them good gut bacteria, but I mean, they're in there. You know, it's a war zone in there, and they're veterans. You know, they're the kind of guys that are hiding in the fluid, just assassinating stuff, and then going back in. You know, just hiding it under the water, under the fluid, under the acid, waiting.
The liquid trench.
My stomach assassin's hiding in the liquid trench. Yeah.
Oh my God. Sonny goes, look, expiration dates are literally suggestions. It's true. They are. They're like,
no one's forcing you to not, to throw it away.
Yeah. I've heard that. And I've told myself to believe that. There's other times where I'm like, do you really want to believe that? I mean, should you just adhere to the suggested one and maybe not, Yeah.
You followed up going, instinct trumps a laser printed date.
Yep.
There is actually, I don't know if you guys have researched it. There's like 3 or 4 different types of expiration date, right? There's expiration on, best by, best, from, consumed, right there. And one of those is actually more of a hard fast, don't eat it past this time. But literally the other 3, they're just guidelines.
Yeah.
Suggestions.
I think it's probably best by is a suggestion, Yeah. It's like, I think whoever the I is, I think you should have it by this date.
Yeah. The one you want to watch out for is with the skull and crossbones and then on, and then it's a date. That you don't want to go past that date.
Yeah.
Dead by this. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually come up with a witty transition. I have none, so.
Do it.
Welcome to the Throwdown.
We're here again.
Folks, it's been a minute. Since we threw down.
It's time. It's time to do it. It's been a minute. So since it's been a while since we've done this, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Throwdown, where we put 2 things into a fictional arena, and we must then decide which of those 2 things will come out alive. Things in the past have included numerous comic book characters, our 50-year-old self versus our 25-year-old self, anything in between. Tonight's a very special one because John is here, the king of snacks, the DadBodSnacks. So, Justin, how about you hit that drum roll and let's see who we got for this week. This week's Throwdown is the Keebler Elves versus Snap, Crackle, and Pop. We've got an Elven Throwdown. Snack mascots. And
let's bring it back to the D&D.
It's to the death. Now, here's what I'll say. Right out the gate, I wasn't sure how many Keebler Elves there were. And at the start of the show, I looked how many there were. There are a lot of Keebler Elves. There are many. There are J.J. Keebler, Ernest J. Ernie Keebler, Friar Tuck, Zoot, J.J., Ernie's mother, Ma Keebler, Elmer Keebler, Buckets, Fast Eddie, Sam, Roger, Doc, Zach, Flo, Leonardo, Elwood,
Jesus.
Professor, Edison, Larry, and Art. That's 20. That's 20 elves, y'all.
Was one of those, did you say Fast Eddie?
Yes, Fast Eddie.
I mean, that's the grifter of the bunch,
Right.
obviously.
When Buckets is obviously the poor bastard that, I don't know, got dropped on his head or something at one point. Like, oh shit, here comes Buckets. He's like, he busts through the wall like the Kool-Aid guy. He's like, hey, you guys.
Fudge.
He's the sloth of the family.
Did you say one of them was Flo?
Yes.
That's the
What?
progressive one.
Fuck you, Justin. You bastard. And of course, you got Leonardo. You know
Right.
He's the hipster of the group.
He's the hipster of the group.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
god.
a painter. Yeah.
Yeah. Professor. He's actually a carpenter. It's weird, you know.
Where did you find? I'm looking for. Here it is. Elmer, Buckets, Doc. That's like the dwarves.
Yeah. Right.
Everyone's got a Doc.
Mm-hmm.
I
Friar
feel like
Tuck.
there's like
That's an interesting one.
three. I feel like there's three that we always see in the commercials. There's the main one. I think that's Eddie, right?
Ernie.
Ernie. Thank you, Ernie. And then there's like a tall one and a squat one. I think.
They kind of look
squat
like
one's
Snap,
probably
Crackle, and
Friar
Pop.
Tuck.
I love how
Yeah.
Jared's like, "What the fuck is a Keebler elf?" Yeah, don't worry.
Just
about
Google it. You got it.
it. Elmer is the apprentice to Ernie. Buckets is the muscle. All right. The nickname came courtesy of the extra dollop of fudge Buckets will add to cookies. Oh, okay.
Nice.
You've got Fast Eddie. He bakes really fast. And you've got Roger. He's the tallest elf inside the Hollow Tree. That's all he's known for, huh? Okay. And then you got Ma. It's the matriarch. And then the artist is Leonardo. And then the eldest is Doc. And Sam. Yeah, okay. So we got it. There's a lot
Well,
of
let's. I don't know. I guess we pick like three, right? Here we go. So I feel like Fast Eddie, Elmer,
and Buckets.
and Buckets. Okay, which one is Buckets here?
He's the muscle.
Is Buckets? Oh no, I went to one of those shitty sites.
Well, Ernie's got to be one of the three. Ernie's like your main face. He's
Oh, I said
the
Elmer.
head
Ernie.
honcho.
Yes,
Yeah.
So we
Ernie.
got
Why is it keep doing
Ernie,
this? God.
Buckets, and Fast Eddie.
I feel like Ernie, Buckets, and Fast Eddie are got to be the way we go, right?
Jared goes, I just Googled it. I'm more confused.
Jared, as Americans, it's not enough for us just to eat a lot of shitty food. We also have to have mascots to entertain us while
No,
we
we
do
have
it.
to have a story behind it. Like magical elves are baking these beautiful, delicious, unhealthy treats out of a tree. And it's like, the Keebler elves are here to give you diabetes. You're welcome.
right, so-
True though. It's
All
very
right,
true.
Ernie, Fast Eddie, and Buckets. Those are the three that we're doing up against Snap, Crackle, and Pop. So let's do this. What do we got?
All
what do we
right.
think?
Well, what do we know about Snap, Crackle, and Pop? John, you're an expert. Tell us about them.
I mean, they are the faces of Rice Krispie treats, Kellogg's Rice Krispie treats, right? Or the Rice Krispies, to be specific, right?
Yeah.
Is from the Krispies that you make said treats. But there was a treat cereal too, in their defense.
That's
Yes,
true.
there was.
Either way, I think they're all related. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me, but I want to say they may be like brothers of some kind, right? It doesn't really, I don't think there's any folklore behind it. You can try and research it, Google it if you want, but I get brotherly vibes from that, right? Which, if that is the case, it would make them a formidable force, being three brothers, or at least three best friends that grew up together, right? Compared to Fast Eddie, Ernie, and Buckets, you said?
Yes.
Yes. We just seem like colleagues.
Well, aren't the Keebler elves
Yeah.
related?
Well, Ma suggests that they are.
Or is it just like, this is just the family business, but, they've hired other elves, like Buckets, to come in and be the muscle when
Is
putting
this a
extra dough.
Smurfs?
Yeah.
is it a Smurf scenario, right? Where
Yeah.
there's one female and there's a bunch of guys, yet they're not all related, but some of them are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, I think this is a great way of putting it because, I mean, because Snap, Crackle, and Pop, I do get the idea that they are brothers. They are
Well, I'll
definitely.
say this: there is corporate promotional material describes their relationship as resembling that of brothers.
They describe it as purely.
Pure chaos.
Pure chaos. It's purely platonic. There's no funny business going on. We can't stress this enough. They're just friends. Just friends that live together and have a business together. Purely platonic. We swear.
I would say, in my mind, Snap, Crackle, Pop are brothers, and Keebler elves, and we may be wrong on this, but to me, the Keebler elves seem to be colleagues. They all work in the same workshop making cookies together. That's how I've always viewed them, I think.
Yeah. They're like the mafia of the elven world. You know, it's like that pizza place that, is, got pretty good food, but also you got weird guys coming in and out there claiming that they work there, but you never see them make any pizza, but
No pizza maker wears a 3-piece suit.
no, their hands are covered in marinara sauce, but
Right.
you don't see them making any pizzas or calzones. So
It's weird, but I believe them.
And
So-
oddly enough, at every place, there's always a Fast Eddie. So,
right? Always. And always a guy that's like buckets, the muscle.
So I would agree with you, John, in that if they're brothers, they probably have, while they do come off much younger than the Keebler elves, they have a youthfulness to them. I do think that them being brothers maybe they've spent more time together. They've probably been through some shit together. They know how each other operate. There's a kinship there, an unspoken bond. I feel like that gives them a definite leg up in my mind.
Obviously, they share some form of telepathy.
Naturally, they're elves. They're serial elves.
They're elves.
Now, I don't think the Snap, Crackle, or Pop have any sort of magical powers, but there was some sort of pseudo-elven magic that I think the Keebler elves may possess, right?
think
Which
you're
will
right.
help offset the physicality that the brothers may present, right? They may have some magic here, right? So
But
now
they
we're
use
talking
magic to
brute
bring-
strength versus magic.
It's to bring like the food to life. Is that what it is?
Or is it to the aid in the assembly of the food?
I want to say both. I'm not 100% sure what is the extent of their magic. I do not know. But I think the Keebler elves are slightly magical in some fashion.
Magic's a tough one to go up against, even with the brotherly bond. If we put Doctor Strange up against Mark Wahlberg from Four Brothers, I would definitely give it to Doctor Strange.
I love it. Let's see here. I'm looking at all these great questions on Google. What do the Keebler elves do?
What do they even do, bro?
Our uniquely American strain of elves whose sole purpose in life is to bake uncommonly good Keebler cookies, crackers, and cones in their magic ovens. No one knows exactly how long the elves have been going about their baking.
That's
Well,
true.
I'll say this too. If the Keebler elves have been doing this for that long and they've been stuck in this tree, you don't really see them out and about. Snap, Crackle, Pop seem like they get into a lot of trouble. They've been around. They've got some street smarts that feel like to them. They're always jumping on spoons, making cereal flip all over the place, So I feel like they're used to handling trouble and getting out of sticky situations.
Right?
So if for my money, even if the Keebler elves have a little bit of magicalness to them, I do feel like tree life has made them soft, and all they know is the workshop. And I feel like the brotherly bond that the Snap, Crackle, Pop have, along with the fact that I feel like they're street tested, to me that gives the edge to Snap, Crackle, Pop.
But who is older? Are the elves from Keebler, are they older? I know Kellogg's has been around a long time, but I don't know if Snap, Crackle, Pop are older than the Keebler elves. Because if the elves are older, then they've got wisdom.
They're definitely depicted as older.
That's a giant leap, John. Just assume that because they're older, they have wisdom. I know plenty of people in my life, if they live for a long time, they'd be as dumb as they are right now, even if they just lived longer. So I'm gonna stop you there. Age doesn't necessarily convert over to wisdom. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Now,
You're a bunch of shut-ins who just use magic ovens to bake fucking cookies. How wise are you gonna be? You know,
if Snap, Crackle, Pop lay siege to the tree, I do think that the Keebler elves would probably have a much easier time defending that tree because they know that environment. But if the Keebler elves, are just stretching their legs, they're walking around the trunk of the tree, they're on break. Maybe they're, sitting and discussing life and their, 401k packages underneath a sunflower that's growing near the tree. And Snap, Crackle, Pop just come by and it's a rumble out in the middle of the field. I think, to me, there's no contest. It's Snap, Crackle, Pop all day.
I agree. In a neutral environment, Snap, Crackle, and Pop win because Keebler elves are shut-ins. They only live in their tree. They don't know anything out of their normal lives. So you put them out of their environment. They're flummoxed. They don't know they can't make heads or tails of anything. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. They're brothers. They're ready to go. They throw down and they do it. They break necks. They break legs. They're brutal. They do the double fish hook. They're ripping off people's chicks. Your cheeks, they're just ripping right through them. And it is brutality unbeknownst to any elves and is frowned upon by other elven species to what Snap, Crackle, and Pop will do to these Keebler elves.
So I feel like what happens is that Ernie is the last one that they take out. And as Ernie has watched his elven brethren die by the hands of these three rapscallions, they walk up to him, and the first one comes up, grabs his arm, and he goes, Snap. The next one walks up, grabs his hand, and just crushes it and goes, Crackle. And the third one comes up and grabs his head, stares him right in the eyes, slowly squeezes it until the fudge just starts dripping out of his eyes. And right before it happens, he goes, Pop. And that's it.
Man, these are like Stephen King creatures, what you just described. It's a weird mix between like Stephen King horror and also mafia. We're going to make him watch. Right. I mentioned they also got Boston accents, as they're just like beating the shit out of him. And like, nah, hold that fucking guy down because we're going to make him watch. You're going to go last. You're going to watch these guys. You're going to break him up.
Ernie. Sit down and watch.
Yeah.
Watch what happens when you fucking leave your tree.
Yeah, you ready for some Snap, Crackle, and Pop, you son of a bitch? And they're just like...
Grab the spoon.
Shove it up his ass. I don't know.
So I think we're saying Snap, Crackle, Pop.
Oh, that was fun. As I was searching here, I found just this, unfortunately, too long at this stage of the game of a post about it's titled on Reddit General Mythology / Keebler. It's like Keebler Elves ? And this person writes a 4-paragraph story about how they encountered Keebler elves, and it's very wild. But the reply to it is what made me tickled me. I'll probably post it in our Discord. You should sign up for our Discord down in the description below if you want to see it. It's going to be great. So. Anyway, this is the part of the show where we do recommendations. So this is for anything that you are watching, anything you're listening to, books you're reading, snacks, or other things of that nature that you think people should check out. Obviously, if you got anything that you'd love to recommend, John, please, by all means, let us know. What should our listeners and or viewers be? What would you recommend to them?
Well, I feel like I'm obligated to recommend snacks.
Yes. You don't have to.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just double down on that, but sure.
Man. The hard part is that everybody's snack preferences are different.
Yeah.
Right. I will remind people to still have normal fruits and vegetables because that is clearly important. And I am a dad before I am, a snack aficionado.
Yeah.
But if you really enjoy sugar and just love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, there are plenty of Cinnamon Toast Crunch related items out there. There's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch oatmeal. There's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch, a couple different variations on the cereal, like the cinnamon rolls they just came out with. There's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch spread. There is, they've taken the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I'm going to use the word essence again because that's what I'm coming up with, but they've turned it into a shaker seasoning. So you can then season toast or whatever else you want with it. They have muffins and pancakes and regular cakes and cupcakes, clearly, because they can do regular cakes. Cinnadust and Cinnamon Toast Crunch is everywhere, and I'm a big fan because I love CTC, and I will promote that one because I'm a big fan. But don't forget your fruits and veggies.
Nice. I love me some cinnamon sugar, so that's delicious. So, hell yeah. Justin, what do you got to recommend?
In the same vein, because summer is here, DB's Organic Superfruit Freezy. And I'm going to show a picture for the Discord.
Oh, right.
Or sorry, for the Discord. I don't know where I am anymore. For the live. So if you're watching this, you're seeing this. If you're listening to it, then go find us on YouTube. But these things are like healthy Freezy Pops. They've got 25 calories per bar and 6 grams of sugar. So really, really low. And it's made with all organic ingredients. So they've got 2 different kinds that we've tried. And they've got like strawberry, lemon, blueberry, pomegranate, and mango orange. And then there's another bag that has a whole bunch of different kinds. But this is I don't feel guilty when I have 1 or 2 of these as a sitting out in the humid summer and enjoying that. It's a guiltless snack that's very tasty.
Wonderful.
So that's my recommendation. Not a dad, but looking out for the kids. You're welcome. Doug, what do you got?
This isn't food related, but it's kind of drink related in its title. The band Hot Mulligan released a new single this week called Drink Milk and Run. And I am a big fucking fan. Hot Mulligan's one of my new obsessions with bands. They're out of Michigan. And I love their stuff, man. I loved their last full album, and I've just been following them regularly. They've let out several EPs and things like that, and this one in particular, Drink, Milk, and Run. It's available on Spotify. Go check it out. If you like pop punk, post-pop punk, a little bit of emo stuff, it's your jam. It's good stuff. Highly recommend it. So go check that out. Also,
Michigan representing.
Michigan, all day. John, one more time, where can people find you online?
All the major social medias. The biggest one is Instagram. That's where I post everything, share everything. But DadBodSnacks on Instagram. But I'm also DadBodSnacks on Twitter. DadBodSnacks on the Talk, right? As well as Facebook is real DadBodSnacks. The whole another issue there. But the page is there. I just suggest Instagram. That's the best place to find me. Just go to Instagram.
Right on.
But I'm all over the place.
Check him out for all that hot snack news. I don't know. That sounded very unusual. You want that hot snack? You want those hot snack deets? You better follow DadBodSnacks, y'all. Check it out. While you're out there, don't forget to follow MindGap at MindGap Podcast on all social medias. Please like and subscribe and share our YouTube page, youtube.com/MindGap Podcast. If you'd like to, contribute to us, patreon.com/MindGap Podcast. Merch is at redbubble.com. And please check out our Discord channel to join in all the fun. And please don't forget to follow Justin online as well.
On Instagram and Twitter at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. And while you're in the online realm, besides YouTube, you can check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, all the places where you can find and consume quality podcasts. You'll find us. Go ahead and rate us, review us, all the things that we ask you to do all the time. They do mean a lot, and they go a long way. And then 2east8th.com, and keep an eye on all of 2 East 8th's social media, as well as Love and Improv Movie on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Home.
One more time, John. Thank you so much for coming out here. This was a delight. I could talk to you forever, and we hope to have you back on because I want more information on these cool snacks that you're enjoying. So thank you for spending time with us tonight.
Not a problem, guys. Thanks for having me. I hope you're back as well. Just gonna kick back and eat snacks.
Hell yeah.
So.
Kick back and eat snacks. I love it. I love that. Well, that being said, I want to say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Chat, thank you.
Listeners, thank you.
And you all have a dandy fucking week. And that is the show.
Ooh.
Thank you to everyone who was hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Slotty. Thank you. Let's see here. We got Wolf stopped by. Thank you to Tint. Thank you to Zinni. Thank you to Noah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are the best. And for the questions and everything like that. You are amazing. So.
And if you're still watching the live stream, it's Love and Improv Film, not Love and Improv movie. One day I'm going to get this.
It's okay. Because everyone's going to go there, try that one time, and be like, I guess this doesn't exist. So.
And that's it. And then they're going to shut down their Instagram account.
Y'all are dandy. Thank you, Tint. Love you, pal. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, gang. Well, until next time, you all take it easy, be safe, and we will see you for the video game live stream this Saturday. So, ta-ta.